Good evening. Anybody out there? Good evening. All right. Miami won today. I'm in a good mood. You know, this is week 4 of our Good News series. We have so much going around here that is good. Hundreds of children learn about God through our programs here in the parish. We serve the poor, we visit the sick, we visit the imprisoned, and we have this exceptional online presence. As the year progresses, look around and see all the people whose involvement here makes us a successful parish. Hundreds of people serve you every week. And that's a little good news right there. Why don't you consider joining them in service? You know, today we are looking at a story that is packed with good news. Jesus is walking through Jericho, one of the wealthiest cities in Palestine at that time. He intends to just keep walking because he is on a mission to get to Jerusalem. His destiny is his crucifixion. And it's the most important event, the most critical work in all of human history. But something happens. This man, Zacchaeus, was a wealthy tax collector, and despite his wealth, or maybe because of how he obtained it, Zacchaeus is lost. He lived his life isolated and alone, surrounded by the people who hated him. So he wants to see this Jesus. Luke mentions that he is short, and he comes up short in every way, morally, physically, emotionally. He runs to a tree to get a better view. Well, wealthy Middle Eastern men didn't run. Children ran. The most affluent, powerful men in town can't climb trees. Children climb trees. Zacchaeus is acting like a child just to get a glimpse of Jesus, but he gets more than that. When he reached a place where Jesus looked up and said, "Zacchaeus, come down quickly, for tonight I must stay at your house." Jesus notices Zacchaeus and pays attention to him. He gives him his undivided attention. One of the most convincing and compelling expressions of love is simple attention. Think about this. Think about the last time someone put their phone down to listen to you talk. Jesus stops to pay attention to Zacchaeus, and then he calls him by name. The sweetest sound to anyone is the sound of their own name. Zacchaeus was probably called lots and lots of names: cheat, traitor, thief, and other names that probably shouldn't be said here. Of course, he heard those slurs, but now Jesus calls him by his real name. Interestingly, his name meant pure one. It's as if when he sees this guy, he sees all the potential for good that he's got. No one else saw the good in Zacchaeus, but Jesus did. So Jesus surprises Zacchaeus when he calls him by name, and he does something that surprised him even more. He invites himself over for dinner. Something as intimate as sharing a meal together. Remember, Jesus was just passing through, and now he dines with the biggest dirtbag in town. Wow. You know, people stay away from church because they fear they will be judged by us church-going people. Jesus never once did that. He didn't wait until people changed to accept him. He accepted them first, and then in the context of a living, loving relationship, he introduced them to life change. This is the good news of the gospel. The gospel does not say, change your life, clean up your act, and go to confession. And then God will acknowledge you and accept you. The gospel said God already accepts you. The gospel says God already accepts you, already accepts us, and forgives us and loves us through his son Jesus, who died on the cross for us. The gospel doesn't really speak to people who don't recognize and acknowledge their need for more. So Jesus goes to Zacchaeus' house, where Zacchaeus experiences a complete conversion. Behold, half of my possessions, Lord, I shall give to the poor. And if I have extorted anything from anybody, I shall repay it four times over. The vow is not made as a precondition. It's not made as a precondition of Jesus' acceptance, but as a result of it. And Jesus said to him, today, salvation has come to this house, because this man too is a descendant of Abraham. Does that mean he hasn't sinned? That what he did wasn't wrong? No, not at all. Just that he was lost and now he's found. And Jesus concludes, for the Son of Man has come to seek and save what was lost. It doesn't matter what we have done in the past. It does not matter the ways in which we have been lost or are lost right now. The good news of the gospel is that Jesus came to seek and save the lost. So what are we supposed to do with this message? Maybe we're new to the church. Maybe we've been coming here for years, and maybe we never miss a Sunday. Regardless, maybe we have never opened our life completely to Christ. Not in a personal way, where we are looking to him, leaning on him, loving him. Take this one moment, simply, silently, welcome him into your heart, your home, your family, and finances. Receive him today, fully at communion, again for the first time, when we acknowledge him as our Savior. Or maybe that's not for us. But there's one area of our life that is off limits to him. Oh yeah, okay, everything else, but not that one area. For Zacchaeus, it was money and finances. What is it for us? Maybe commit this week to try to bring that part of our life to the Lord, knowing that he notices us, knows us by name, cares about us no matter what we've done or what we do or who we are, and knowing everything he knows, actually sees all the potential in us that no one else sees. That would definitely qualify as good news. God bless.